G'day there, I'm SnakeOfBacon and this is Tacoma. A really short game that had been on my backlog for a really long time. Not anymore though, I've played it now, so let's have a look.
Crew evacuated. Station AI offline.
Air supply?
Breathable air on Tacoma for a crew of 1 should be more than sufficient. Docking now.
The year is 2089. AI docks the ship because it's too hard for humans. And because this is not a spaceflight game at all, it's an immersive, single-player narrative experience. Very single-player. All the other players are over there on that blue marble, cold Earth. And you are alone, 320,000 kilometers away from humanity and all the dogs and the nearest drum kit.
Nice. Thanks, Minnie.
That's a somewhat spooky premise, but this is not a scary horror game. It's just a game about doing a job. The Tacoma job. Referring to Lunar Transfer Station Tacoma. Which is much like the backseat of this car, except it's a space station. We just docked with it 20 seconds ago. It is not to be confused with Rod Millen's 2-time Pikes Peak hill climb winning Toyota Tacoma, or the American Ute on which that was so loosely based, or the city of Tacoma, Washington, which these vehicles get their name from, and this game and this space station, which itself is named after the mountain Tahoma or Mount Rainier, which will very likely erupt, geologically speaking, any minute now. Don't worry, in human terms that means when Half-Life 3 comes out.
Minnie, I'm headed in. Talk to you when I'm back. Don't let anybody scan the ship while I'm gone.
Okay.
Okay.
In most first-person games, you either play a completely blank and silent protagonist, or one that has a personality and spends a lot of time talking to themselves. And Amy just talks at the start and end of the game and spends the rest of the time sensibly watching and listening. Because this is a game about experiencing a space station in AR. But not goggles AR, no, that's boring. We're just going to stick magnets behind our ears and let a computer beam data directly into our parietal lobe. Is that dangerous? Is our brain at risk of hacking? Yes, but our brain is also getting the opportunity to listen to the smooth voice of Carl Lumbly as an AI. And that's all good.
Hello, I am Odin, Lunar Transfer Station Tacoma's Operational Data Interface Network. I have recorded this message to welcome you, guests, aboard.
I feel so special. So, you then scan yourself into the AR network, sign away all your rights to data privacy, and not with a pen, with American Sign Language. I think. I'm no expert on sign language.
Thank you.
I know a tiny bit of Auslan, but it's just my name. So in Auslan, SnakeOfBacon. Or in American Sign Language, Snake of bacon. Snake connected to bacon. I don't really know sign language.
While aboard Tacoma Station, please remember that all activity on this facility is monitored.
Yes, I've been in a shopping centre
All
before.
activity records become sole
The creative process is very boring sometimes. I quickly returned to my ship just to grab some things that I thought I might need, like this roll of floating duct tape, which you can examine. Much like in the Order 1886. The latest ship in the company's fleet. Sackboy, where are the bloody werewolves? Anyway, whatever my Tacoma job is, I figured this duct tape would be very useful. Citing NASCAR 2000 as a source,
Nothing a little duct tape can't fix.
and because fixing any leaks or breakages is very important when you're in space, I figured the tape would be crucial, since I could pick it up and carry it around, but as it turns out I was unable to carry it with me onto the station. I'm not sure if it's possible to press the button and continue holding the tape, or throw it awkwardly onto the platform and scoot along with it. You can't tape anything in this game though, so you don't need it. What you need to do is, if you're playing on a PS5, just turn off 4K rendering. 60 FPS is much more valuable, and you'll hardly notice the resolution difference. Now what you need to do is go into each of these modules and investigate, but much more exciting than that is playing basketball in Microgravity. Something I would very much like to do. Doesn't this look fun? Now, you could say that that shot was illegal because it entered the basket from below, but it didn't because there is no below in space. What is wrong is that if you turn on the 3-point lines, or spheres, every shot counts as 3 points, even if you're well within the 3-point zone. Anyway, that is not important. We're here to investigate. Well, we're here to check on an AI, but along the way we'll be finding out what happened between the AI and the crew of the Tacoma, and why it was evacuated. And you'll be finding this out by exploring the space station, going down the elevators onto the rings that rotate and so they have regular gravity, and seeing how this crew lived and worked and what they did. And really, to tell you much of the story would be to spoil a lot of it, so I won't. That's why I've been talking about silly, strange, perfunctory things like all the items. And the items tell a story. That QR code tells you that this is Sarah's pamphlet. This paperwork doesn't tell you anything. This tape is triangular for some reason. It tells me that someone really needs to fix a Vunkel engine. I don't know. Every object in this game, even the mundane ones, they're all very strange. I don't just mean the strange Unity physics. I mean, if you look at these hex nuts, you'll see that they are not round and threaded on the inside, so they can't even be used as nuts. They certainly don't go with these hex pipes, which aren't pipes at all. That is clearly a hex tube. But anyway, enough of hex tubes. Here are these people, or AR recordings of people, and you stalk them and follow them as if you're watching a stage play performed by ghosts that you can pause and rewind. While one conversation's happening, Andrew's in another room working out.
Yeah, I know. Both you and your father would like me home sooner, but...
Personal data, and hey, that's Greg Chun. If you play any Yakuza or Like a Dragon or Judgment games in English, you'll hear a lot of Greg Chun.
Find themselves a new network specialist. Oh my god.
I was trying to place Nat's accent for a while.
No. There's a whole part of the networking module I can't even get into.
It's tossing up between Aussie and Kiwi.
Networking module I can't even get into.
Then I found that Natasha Loring, who plays Nat, is South African, but playing a character from Victoria in a universe where Victoria secedes from Australia due to too much AFL or something.
Teens, huh?
I really like the performances in this game, and I can't spoil the story, so that's why I'm only showing you more inconsequential scenes. Sarah here is played by Eva Adair, who was Shiva in Resident Evil 5.
With another year out here, health-wise, radiation, bone density...
Oh no. We spend almost all of our time in Earth gravity, and radiation shielding on a station like this is basically
bag
100%.
is amazing.
That's what I told him. Okay, thanks, sir. Nothing.
I just have so much fun playing with this
Odin,
water
where
pouch
were we?
and how it works. I mean, I know how it works. Take the lid off and squeeze it, and it makes a lot of sense to have water in a pouch on a space station. I just love the way it flops around. But is it realistic? To find out, I bought several pouches of yogurt. Now, the flaw in this physics test is that these are smaller pouches, so they won't have as much bendiness, they don't have as large bodies, and they're filled with yogurt rather than water, which changes the way they react. And I suppose since I've got them all here, I have to review them too, don't I? That's lime juice. It's not yogurt at all, but I was amazed to see that lime juice comes in a pouch. That's the only way to get Australian lime juice at Woolworths. All the rest is, imported limes. Let's see here. This Farmers Union Greek-style mango yogurt, pretty tasty. The YoPro mango yogurt is ostensibly healthy. Cocobella mango coconut yogurt has an interesting coconut taste. Lime juice is lime juice. And this Dairy Farmers thick and creamy yogurt is not in a pouch, and that makes it cheaper. What I've learned about pouch yogurt is that drinking yogurt out of a pouch is kind of funny. And pouch yogurt is very overpriced and really wasteful and just terrible for the environment. Plastic tubs aren't a whole lot better environmentally, but they are much better value. That said, yogurt is yogurt. It all tastes good. So, now that you've seen evidence of real physical fluid pouches, I think you can agree with me that Tacoma's fluid pouches are very impressive. I'm impressed with the environment of the game all around. There's a lot of interactable elements, things to look at, and the station seems really well thought out. It seems to have everything it needs. You get to visit the kitchen, the agriculture section, every character's personal quarters, and everyone's got their own bathroom. This is not the ISS. This is a very huge hotel of a station. There's all these corridors where they just had to put some plants in so it wouldn't be empty. It's enormous. There's only 6 people living here, but there's room for so many guests on this couch. I wonder if they ever do get guests when cargo delivery comes. Here we have some noodles that must have been delivered to the station at some point, either as it was being built or through one of the lunar transfer deliveries. Now, it's an interesting point that, see, instant noodles have gone to space, but so far only in vacuum bags.
Noodles in space.
I learned about noodles in space when I went to the Yokohama Cup Noodle Museum. It's a very interesting place. I'll tell you all about noodles. But on the point of Tacoma, it really gives you a view as to the optimism in the game. It deals with the themes of corporatocracy and lack of privacy and labour obsolescence. And yet, there's also hope for humanity, that we could get to a point where we could just eat regular food on a space station, that people could be trusted with a cup of hot water in space. One day we'll get there. We should probably stick with vacuum pouches for the moment. It's very dangerous to have boiling water in space.
AIs are the same way, right?
I'll just let these two have their scene and I'll be back.
From each other?
Yes, we are each uniquely evolved, individualized entities.
Yes, individuals. Do you get along with other AIs?
I have never encountered another AI.
What? How's that?
Each AI is required to be housed separately from any other AI. I am told that authorities fear a number of disadvantageous effects might arise if 2 AI were to meet.
Okay, just a minute. Wow, disadvantageous.
So that gives you a little taste of what you can expect from the mood and atmosphere and performances of this game. It's all very likeable. The game takes about 2 hours to finish, well, depending on how much time you spend doing strange things like racking up all the balls on this pool table to play some pool by yourself. I forgot whether I was spots or stripes. I don't even know what I'm doing. If in doubt and the end of your cue is not blue, chalk it. There is a chalk here, it has definitely been used a little bit, but it doesn't work in Tacoma. Is that important? No, because even great pool games like Pure Pool don't let you chalk your own cue. It's just not an essential feature of making a great pool game. Not that Tacoma is a great pool game. It's lacking in pool modes and features. It does look good though. Yeah, hardstyle bacon. In conclusion, I would recommend Tacoma. Sorry if what I've told you wasn't helpful. You should get the idea. It's really atmospheric and you can soak in a lot, spending about 2 hours on this space station, learning about these people and what they do, about the world where you can brush 6 teeth at once. That's an exciting world to learn about. It's well written, well performed, well designed, runs well, it's really easy. It gives you trophies for doing nothing, and a couple of miscellaneous ones that you have to do very specific things for. And it's got, what was this? Chup. It's got a bag of ketchup called Chup, which boasts on the back, "You can't make great chup," trademark, "without great tomatoes." That is true. Chup. Alright, SnakeOfBacon signing out. Don't forget that house cat up there. It's the hardest one to find.